Should you tell your child that her birth mother's use of drugs or alcohol were probably the primary cause of her current learning disabilities?
I mean, I would say it's really important to avoid definitively stating your
Right.
mom's substance abuse caused your learning disabilities, because it's really difficult to directly link that, right? I would say nearly impossible. But what I would say is sharing with your child like age appropriate information to
Hmm.
educate them to
Yeah.
understand that there can be connections
Right.
is a much better way to approach that situation. So just giving them more general education about substance abuse in utero, the effects that can happen because of it. But then also, I think it's very important to always follow up with that. The nurture part of life is so much more important, right? So while the difficulties that their birth mom faced could potentially have, some effects on them that have caused more difficulties, they're doing the hard things, they're working through that, and you want to do it again in a very supportive and non-judgmental way. Because,
Yeah.
and again, it really depends on how comfortable you are and how old the child is, again, chronologically and developmentally,
Yeah.
in talking about addiction. But I always say no one chooses to be active in addiction. No one
Mm,
wants that
that's a
for their
great point.
lives.
Yeah. And I think if we can say to our kids, especially as they're getting older and becoming more aware of their learning challenges, we can say, hey, here's what we know about alcohol during pregnancy. Here's what we know about
Exactly.
opioids during pregnancy. Here's what we know about the impacts of those things that could affect a child across the lifetime. But the good news is that mom and dad are here to support you and help you find the tools that will let you thrive in school and give you resources to learn the way your brain is wired to learn. And I think
Yeah.
when we can kind of elevate it to this is your brain and this is how your brain learns best, we're then turning them towards coping tools because everybody's brain learns differently. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's a result of family history, sometimes it's a result of prenatal interruptions like drugs and alcohol. And it just gives them a way to say, okay, this is what it is. And I can't change that, but I can cope with it and process with
Yes.
it and deal
Yeah.
with it.